Rabbids Go Home is one of the most underrated speedrun games I've recently stumbled across. Yes, the game where you control two rabbits pushing a shopping cart, scaring the clothes off of these poor humans, and stealing their precious stuff to make a pile of junk to the moon, is the definition of a hidden gem. It may not have many times on the speedrun.com leaderboard, but in recent years, a dedicated group of passionate fans took it upon themselves to do what speedrunners do best: absolutely tear the game apart. The result was an incredibly fun speedrun that's full of cool movement tech and some gnarly skips that by the end of this video, I hope you're convinced to give a try yourself. But before we get to that, let's talk about the game itself. Most, if not all of you watching who played Rabbids Go Home when it was new, played it on Wii. The speedrun of the Wii version is a 2-hour-long speedrun that plays 34 of the game's 37 levels, with the overall goal of collecting 23,000 feet worth of stuff to reach the final level. It's a cool speedrun in regards to routing, but a bit long, and not the category or even the version of the game I'm covering in this video. Today, I'm going to cover the PC version, an obscure abandonware port of the Wii version that was only released in select European countries, and isn't structured like the Wii version at all. Instead of the levels being organized in order as your junk pile gets taller, you're presented with a menu and 16 missions to choose from. The missions are not listed in chronological order, there is no progression between them, and no proper ending to the game. Casually, this PC port is by all means an inferior version of Rabbids Go Home. On the speedrun side, however, the PC All Missions category is by far the game's most competitive run. It features most of the relevant discoveries and hits that sweet spot of being not too long and not too short. And that is why PC All Missions will be the main focus of this video. The earliest All Missions run on speedrun.com dates back to April 24th, 2017, when the Ultimate Gamer 95 would complete the first All Missions run in 1 hour, 23 minutes, and 12 seconds. This run really wasn't anything to write home about. This run didn't have the most consistent quality of play, nor did it feature any glitches. But as the category's first run, it serves as a good baseline for what's to come. However, that time wouldn't come for a while. Literal years would pass before anyone would show any interest in running the game. But in the summer of 2020, Rabbids Go Home speedrunning would truly begin. It started on June 30th, when Ultimate Gamer's run would be beaten by a whole minute by Screechy, who impressively had 0 deaths, a feat that future records would often fail to accomplish. That same day, Caden would beat Screechy with a 121, with again no notable strat changes. However, the next day, Screechy would reclaim the record by a lot, 110-13. Unfortunately, this run seems to be lost to time, but as much as that stinks, it wasn't gonna matter for long, as the very next day, the runner, Ames, would take a shot at beating Screechy's 110 and absolutely decimated it. By how much? July 2nd, 2020 marked a turning point in Rabbids Go Home speedrunning, and the game would never be the same. This would be the first time that huge skips and glitches would be implemented into runs. Here's what Ames did to secure his sub-hour time. But first, I gotta say, 2025 is gonna be one of the biggest years of my life, and I have some resolutions. Eating healthier, getting out of my shell more, and wearing my new Raycon earbuds every time I go to the gym. With tens of thousands of 5-star reviews online, you've certainly heard of Raycon's everyday earbuds, and their latest model is better than ever. With a 32-hour battery life and multi-point connectivity that lets you pair with 2 devices at once, Raycon's everyday earbuds are the perfect gift for a loved one. The sound quality of the Raycon earbuds rivals premium brands, starting at just half the price of its competitors. My favorite features of these earbuds are the active noise cancellation and the new quick charge function, where 10 minutes of charging nets you 90 minutes of battery life. With a variety of colors available, you have a lot of customization with not just the earbuds, but also the protective case covers. I got this one, which when paired with my blue Raycons, reminds me of the ocean. So while I'm doing my household chores, I feel like the Ocean Man while listening to Ocean Man. Looking for a good new pair of earbuds to get you through 2025? Go to buyraycon.com/lunaticj to get 15% off site-wide. That's right, you'll get up to 15% off everything on Raycon's website when you go to buyraycon.com/lunaticj. Aim's run was much more advanced than any of the previous ones by far. In this run, we can see the first implementation of BWA boosting. By doing the iconic BWA scream after boosting off of a ramp, you gain extra momentum from the boost, allowing you to clear a greater distance than normal. Ames used BWA boosting all throughout the run. In the first mission he chose, Bubble Bed Blues, Ames BWA boosted to skip many sections of the level, including a small out-of-bounds cut. BWA boosting was also used for a Verminator fight skip in Just Plain Dumb, some small cuts in Rules Are for Tools, as well as a major time save in High Stakes Stake. At the start of the level, you normally need to find 5 red pipes so that a tuba rabbit can launch you further ahead to the cow chase section. Thanks to discovery by glitch hunter Isaac21, Ames instead went to this staircase, charged a boost, and performed a tight BWA boost off the top steps, and right through the window. This not only skipped collecting the pipes, but also the cutscene after, and the cow chase never starts. Reaching the end automatically play the ending cutscene of stealing the cow from the truck as intended. BWA boosting had cemented itself as one of the most important techniques in the run, and it would continue to be implemented in more future runs. But by far the biggest time save of Ames's run reduced a 5-minute long level down to under a minute. Backwater Rabbids Skip. At the start of the level, there is a boost ramp just after some water that you can go off backwards, which pushes the Rabbids underwater. Also discovered by Isaac, you charge a boost and hold onto the charge as you boost underwater, and if you release a boost while under this red inflatable hazard, you get launched up high and can clip out of bounds. Here, Ames navigated out of bounds, BWA boosted back inbounds to skip a Verminator fight, and then took the level's XL item, a water boiler, and quickly reached the level's exit. In addition to these new strats, a new rule change was implemented that shaved even more minutes off of the run. Instead of sitting through each end level cutscene like every run before, you were now allowed to pause and exit to the main menu upon reaching the end of the level after the wall-breaking cutscene begins. Since these cutscenes combined were generally 30 seconds in between selecting missions, sometimes even longer, this immediately eliminated minutes of downtime, making the run much faster paced. Ames's 58-minute run had revolutionized Rabbids Go Home, opening the floodgates for new skips. His run would last for 3 months, before another player, the Dapper Waffle, knocked it down yet another minute on October 18th. This time, 2 completely new level skips had been found, and were now in the run, using a new wall clipping technique. By doing a fast 180-degree turnaround next to a double-sided wall, such as gates and some elevator doors, you can clip through. The fast 180 turn is accomplished by letting go of A, the button used to make your Rabbids run forward, and then turning 180 degrees and repressing A simultaneously. The first clip, in the nick of time skip, found by Coco Doggo, happened after the first Sandra chase section. By clipping into this elevator, you can skip most of the level, straight to the XL object with the help of a BWA to reduce your falling speed. The second clip, found by Ames, was even greater. Shop Till You Drop Skip. In the second room, you perform the clip along the right door of this gate, and right after clipping through, you reach the end, skipping the entire mission, including the XL object. Despite this, the ending cutscene still plays as if you grab the XL item, so it still counts. Waffle's 5724, despite standing for over half a year, was not very optimized. But by the summer of 2021, that would begin to change, as a runner who I mentioned previously, Coco Doggo, stepped up to the plate. In 2020, Coco Doggo had been grinding Rabbids Go Home Wii any percent, making new strats, and utterly dominating that version. Ever since 2021 to the present day, Coco has set several world records on the Wii version, and no one has been able to beat him yet. When Coco ran on PC, he played using a keyboard instead of a controller. Because of these control differences, Coco did not go for Shop Till You Drop or High Stakes Stakes skip on PC, but to compensate, he implemented 2 new skips into the run. Country Free-For-All skip, discovered by Isaac, where instead of stealing all 5 pipes from 5 Santas throughout the level, you can do a precise wall clip on the roof to get to the XL item, making one of the shortest missions of the game even shorter. However, it is very luck-based and very inconsistent, so much so that runners will tackle this mission first. It's that much of a reset point. The other one, Whack-A-Wabbid skip, found by Ames, is slightly luck-based, a bit risky, but pretty massive. After defeating 10 Chihuahuas, you reach a pipe collecting section, but if you go into the left room, run off the shelf, blah to tilt the cart back in midair and land on the boost panel of the ramp, you can get a really high jump known as a ramp proxy. So high that you can maneuver out of bounds, past the XL item, and reach the end of the mission. This skip can be kind of risky though. There is an endless void, meaning if you mess up, reset! Using these new skips, on June 2nd, 2021, Coco Doggo set a time of 55:46. The Grandmaster of the Wii version had made his mark on PC. The stage was now set for Coco to completely dominate this version of Rabbids Go Home as well. However, that would not come so easily, as unlike the Wii version, Coco would face actual competition. His rival? One of the most motivated speedrunners of our generation. He might not have much in terms of internet popularity, but if you've been to any GDQ events for the past few years, you've definitely heard his name. A pioneer of several underground speed games that are either really sick, really dumb, or somewhere in between, it's Jaxler, baby.
Let's go, bingo.
As a top runner and world record holder in games such as Chibi-Robo, Scooby-Doo Night of 100 Frights, and many more, Jaxler had set his sights on Rabbids Go Home all missions, and quickly became a worthy rival to Coco, immediately beating Coco's 55 on the same day, with a 53:05. Nearly 2 weeks later, on June 14th, Jaxler broke the 50-minute barrier with a 49:56. Jaxler pulled out all the stops, implementing all the previously used skips, as well as improving his quality of play. But Coco was not gonna go down without a fight. 3 weeks later, Coco would answer back with a 49:16. Not only had he finished learning every skip on PC, but he also found and used a newer, harder version of Backwater Rabbids skip, which skipped the XL item, saving 20 seconds over the old method. With that, all the big major skips of the category had mostly been found. The rest of 2021 would be a fierce battle between Jaxler and Coco for the record. The question remained, how low could the run go? And by the end, who was gonna end up on top?
Whoa! What the? I'm actually cracked. Oh my god. Holy let's go, dude! Yes! Woo! baby! Yeah!
By 2022, Coco would emerge as the top dog. In March, he would lose the record to Ames for a while, who ended up lowering the record below 46 minutes. But by April, the record would be Coco's once more. And ever since April 12th, 2022, Coco's 45:29 has stood as the PC All Missions world record. Competition at the top level has been mostly stagnant, but with the rise of a new runner, Vane, and their race against Jaxler at the most recent GDQ, is proof that this run is far from maxed out. New strats that have yet to be implemented, including the Super Racket cutscene skip and the super difficult Nick of Time XL item skip, are going to creep into future records eventually. The question remains, will it be from an established veteran, or perhaps a newcomer watching this video right now? Either way, I hope you enjoyed learning about this obscure, silly, yet really cool speedrun. I've left some community resources in the description below, so go check it out. Special thanks to CocoDoggo for helping with research and looking over the script. Shoutouts to Jaxler for proofreading the script and letting me on the couch for GDQ, and to Glitch Doctor for editing this video. Thank you so much for watching, and remember to shoot for the moon. Or steal everyone's object and build a pile of junk to it. I don't really care.